I'm in the same experience right now. 1,500 students, my friends, but I'm nervous. My principal's farewell. We loved her. I was emotional. I'd really prepared well, but I forgot. I forgot. Nobody knew about it, but I knew it. For months, I had this nausea. The nausea of not being able to perform. And then I made a choice. I'm not going to ever have something that I'm going to mug up or somebody told me to do. I decided that I'm going to speak extempore. Okay, it says thank you. Can I get my slide? Okay. I'm going to be talking about the power of extempore. I've never, ever since then, ever had a speech in my hand that I'm going to speak whatever I know. And it's been, how many years of journey now? 32 years. Running an pioneer design school of the country, offering undergraduate, postgraduate programs in design, having articulated these courses, having them approved by the authorities. This was a journey I went through. How did it all happen? With books not very close to my life. I never read them. I was not good at it. Something that really touched me was, karke dekh lo. It was all about experiential learning. It was all about doing it, knowing it, understanding it, and making it happen. And it did work. It did work for me, and it did work for a lot of us. A journey that started with just 2 rooms from my residence. And today we are a global institution. Students from more than 30 states come over to learn design in a creative city of Jaipur, which is the world's heritage site and the most creative city. And here we have somebody who talks about creativity. Ken Robinson. Who is he? He is an author. He is one of the most celebrated TED Talk deliverers also. He's been talking about the advocacy of arts education across the globe. And he says, creativity now is as important in education as literacy, and we should treat it with the same status. I experienced what creativity is truly when you are hands-on, when you're experiential, when you know what you want. I went for a course at Vipassana. Several times I've been there. And Lord Buddha says, Shrut pragya, bhav pragya, gyan pragya. तीनों में अंतर क्या है? Shrut pragya is something that you've heard, like what you're doing right now, right? And then your intellect says, yes, it makes sense. There is something about it. There is something that touches me. That's bhav pragya. But the true learning is experiential education, experiential learning, and that's gyan pragya. And today's education needs to look at gyan pragya. That's all about getting people to experience. And what you're getting to experience today, I saw the young girls here, the faculty, everybody was all here curating this event, working towards it. And that's what I call is truly knowing what it takes to create an event. And that's how I learned all throughout my journey. So over this whole time period that I was going through, there was a lot of fears minor fears, especially the fear of not being able to deliver in public. And then every time I had to raise up and say, here you are fearful, stand up. My husband said, do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. And every time I was fearful, I chose to raise up and do that. a very important episode in my life that shaped me in terms of actually being into a creative profession was when I got married into a family where they were all educators, very senior educators. My mother-in-law, professor in German language. I was offered to take up higher education and move into the university system to become a lecturer. I declined. I said no. I have a choice where I need to own up. I need to stand for it. If I can't do something and there's somebody who's asked me, I will never be able to be myself. And that's where today I have a career where I speak at the JLF, I'm a speaker there, or on other occasions, on global forums. How did it all happen? But you can still see me shaking today, right? Because it's a school environment. The school is where one learns. Yeah, that's the space where you even see your nervousness. So I think it's an opportunity for all of us to fight our fears. And that's what became possible for me. And a career in design shaped up. I was trained into fashion. But in the city, when I saw there was a great opportunity, there were gemstones, there were people, there were the resources, I started a course in jewelry design. And then came interior design, and then came product design, and came in graphic design. So very interestingly, if you look at this slide here, any guesses? Who has written this? None other than the TED curator, Chris Anderson, in his book. And he says that driven by our growing connectedness, one of humankind's most ancient abilities is being reinvented for the modern era. I become convinced that tomorrow, today, learning ideas live to other humans will prove to be an absolutely essential skill for any child who wants to build confidence. Anyone leaving school and looking to start a meaningful career. Anyone who wants to progress at work. Anyone who cares about an issue. Anyone who wants to build a reputation. Anyone who wants to connect with others around the world who share a passion. Anyone who wants to catalyze action to make an impact. Anyone who wants to leave a legacy. Now, how did I get this coming to me? I don't read books. I keep them only close to my bedside. I have a library of books. I don't read them. I only open up a page whenever I want something. And I say to myself, bring me that knowledge that's relevant for me now. And I get exactly what I want. And this is what I got. And this completely put the whole thing into perspective for this session today. And because I have a lot of hats that I wear. I run a Women Mentors Forum. I've been on a lot of international mentoring programs. I speak fluently on a lot of sessions. And I said, what am I going to speak on? I said, no. These young girls, they need the power of extempore, who they are, to believe in themselves, fight their fears, own their choices, know your audience, be of service. So I just tell myself, anything that I utter should make sense for people at that point of time, in that environment. And that's how this wisdom comes to me. And why I call this wisdom? Because it's an old age adage, and it is a bunch of data is a speck of information. A bunch of information is a speck of knowledge, and a bunch of knowledge is a speck of wisdom. So there's so many books, there's so much happening around you. In today's world, they say focus is the issue on the planet. Why? There's so much of content that's floating around you. What touches, moves, and inspires you will make you. Don't forget to get inspired. There's this opportunity which you have. And remember, energy. In today's world, they don't talk about hours. They don't talk about how many hours you've spent at work. It's about the energy that you've given at your workplace. That will make a difference. So this is pure energy that came to me. This book has been lying with me for almost like around 5 years. I've never opened up a page. So when I was looking at TED, and I said, technology today for this generation is a given affair. Design is future-led. It is solving the wicked problems or creating opportunities of the future. Today's youth, everybody is looking at entertainment. Entertainment has become so key. Now, what kind of entertainment? Are we going to become the victims of entertainment? Or we are going to be using entertainment to enrich our lives? So with this, I leave you again with the power that the extempore completely means that each one of us is living in the present. We are aware individuals. We can be ourselves. We can create at any moment, at any point of time, anywhere we are. And that's an opportunity every human being has. Let's unleash it. Let's use it. Let's build it. Let's nurture it. And creativity, like Steve Jobs says, it's all about connecting the dots. Interdisciplinary education, multidisciplinary education, is the answer to creativity. And an environment where you are getting to hear people from different walks of life, I think this is truly connecting the dots. You have to find meaning in the talks. It's just not about, everybody knows, knowing makes no difference in life. What makes is action, 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 and action. And the experience enriches each one of us. So here is a day to experience each and every moment. Thank you.